On this episode of the Couch Co-op Show, we have nothing planned. Nothing's going on. I don't even think there's anything. I don't think anyone's drinking beers. I don't think there's a mobile minute. I don't think there's anything. There's absolutely nothing going on in this episode. But you tuned in, and this is what you're going to get. A couple of guys just jerking each other off on this episode of the Couch Co-op Show.
Couch Co-op. Couch Co-op. Couch Co-op.
Hello, Couch Co-opers, Couch Potatoes, and Couch Codependents. This is the Couch Co-op Show, the greatest and only video game and beer podcast in the world. In the world. That seems crazy that we're the only video game and beer podcast in the world. Like beer and beer. Like that's crazy. It's mind-boggling, but it's true. It's a fact. It's a fact.
No. Why did nobody ever thought to put those two together?
Right? I
I
have
have
no
no
idea.
idea.
Find us on social media platforms at Couch Co-op Shows, all one word, no hyphen. You can find our podcast on all major platforms. If you want to watch us, head over to youtube.com/milkmanpictures. Also, we stream our show live every Sunday night, like we are not doing right now, actually, because... Oh, we are doing it right now. Oh my god, we are. Holy shit, we are. So head over to twitch.tv/The Couch Co-op Show and watch us live. And if you ever wanted to drop in and chat and be a part of the conversation, the show, we welcome you to do so. You just like, hey, type something in and like comment, ask a question, and we will do our best to answer right back.
Don't just fall apart.
Yeah, right? I don't know. Anyway, tonight on the show, well, I'm Ian, and I got Nick with me on the couch. And no one else, had the balls, the wherewithal to join us,
knowledge, too.
to come back. Had the wherewithal, had the, the muscle. I mean, if we're honest, we've been going at it pretty strong tonight, haven't we, Nick, to win?
Yes, indeedy. Since maybe a little afternoon.
Little afternoon, we've been... So the guys, today was, we all got together in person, and we've been driving around, drinking and eating and buying things.
Well, we weren't the people not drinking or doing the driving. Let's put that out there.
They were drinking not alcohol drinks, but they were drinking non-alcoholic drinks. So they were still getting bloated and constipated. They were just not getting drunk.
They got all the benefits, but
None of the rewards.
mhm.
Anyway, so a couple hours ago I got dropped off, and I guess an hour ago, really, they dropped me off, and then they went home, and
Mhm.
Nick DeWin drove home about an hour ago. Did you take a shower?
I did.
You're still wearing the same shirt. Fuck it.
Continuity.
Continuity.
Mhm.
Only I would know that, though. That's funny. I have absolutely no purpose for this show other than the fact that we usually record right now, and I want to put out an episode this week. So like I said, fuck it. Hey, anyone alive out there? Anyone still want to talk? And the only one that responded is diehard,
Me.
true to the love of God, Nick DeWin.
True blue.
True believer. First of all, let's talk about a little bit about our little outing today. We drank a lot of beers.
Mm.
Did you have a favorite beer you came across today in our outing? Lord Beerstro? Lord Beerstro, did you have a favorite beer today?
I did. I think I had a couple. I really like that. It's from Wild Ride. We had it at Loyal Legion. It was on Nitro, which probably helped, but it was a vanilla cream ale that was quite tasty. Um, who the hell were we?
That was Loyal Legion.
I mean, yeah, no, I know, but I'm trying to think of like all the other stuff that we had too.
Oh, there was the. Oh man, we hit a bunch of places. Actually, at the end of the day, I start forgetting
Yeah.
about what it was we. As a bunch of video, it's funny. So we drank a lot of beer. We had a lot of good beers. We had some mediocre beers, but we also went around. Dave took us to some spots. So we hit up a record store. We actually bought a lot of records. We actually more of us. I feel like we bought more records. We actually went to a record store and a video game spot. And this is a video game podcast, but we bought more records and we bought no video games. I find that funny.
It's funny until you looked at the price.
But yeah, we bought a lot of cool records. But like video game collecting. Maybe that's what this video. Maybe this is what this is about. Video game collecting in this day and age is so out of hand. It's so out of hand. It's scary. I don't know, man. We went in there and I was just like, is this really how much this shit costs? I don't know. I was just blown away. I haven't been in that store in about a year. Let's say I haven't been in that store about a year. And retro games, like a used Dreamcast console was $160. And I find that fucking mind-boggling. You can probably find one on Facebook Marketplace or Craigslist for between $40 and $60. Why you would need to pay $160 at a store for used Dreamcast is rape. That's rape, in my opinion. But I don't know. Anyway, I don't want to shit talk this store. They're just trying to make a living. But man, I was
With all their family members.
Flabbergasted. I was flabbergasted, Nick.
How much is a Dreamcast brand new? Not that really
right?
matters,
I think a Dreamcast brand new was $199. I think it was like a $200 console, right?
Sounds about right. I mean, it's almost 24 years ago.
$160? I've never seen a Dreamcast for $160. You know what? Let's actually do this as a test. Let me go to Facebook. Let me go to Facebook Marketplace right now. Let me search Dreamcast. Go. Here's one for $85. Okay. Here's one. Why $500? What the fuck? $200 with the box. What does it come with though? Dreamcast bundle. So it comes with some stuff. One controller, Mad Catz, web browser, figure 8 power cable, some cables, original box, original cardboard caddy, no alteration. Does it come with some games? What is with the world? Why is shit getting so expensive? Maybe the world's just fucked up and I'm wrong. Nick, maybe the world's just fucked.
Inflation.
$200 for a Dreamcast? What? Okay. So I have a Dreamcast. Dave bought it for me on Craigslist for $40. It was a $40 bundle. $40 for the Dreamcast and a shit ton of games.
Did you not buy a brand new one back when they were out?
Oh, no. I was a PS2 guy.
But they came out before the PS2 was out.
Yeah, well, I wasn't playing video games then.
Oh, okay.
I actually didn't buy a PS2 till way late. Like, it had been out for a while.
I mean, I got mine in 2003.
Oh, well, I might have got mine around the same time then.
Hmm.
But it wasn't like the. When did it come out? 2001?
Around there, I
Yeah.
think.
The world's crazy, though. It's getting out of hand. It's getting out of hand. I don't know. I wasn't really sure what we were going to talk about tonight. I didn't really have anything to talk about. You know, what are you drinking?
Hot Venom.
Oh my
Trying
god.
to
You haven't
make
drank
some more.
enough. You need to drink
No.
even more.
Hmm. Well, I didn't. So I brought this up just in case, but I wasn't sure if we wanted to save this for another day.
I think you just need to drink that on your own or make a video
Oh,
yourself or you do whatever you
yeah.
want with that. Good times. It was a good day today, man.
Mhm.
We had a lot of fun. It was a good time. You guys played the you guys were I got a great photo of you guys all playing the like the Nickelodeon version of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle arcade.
Which I don't know if it went over very well.
What was wrong with it, in your opinion? What makes it worse or better than the original?
I mean, the animation didn't bother me, but um, part of the problem might just be like the physical nature of it. I kind of felt like I was kind of crowded into my one spot, and then probably not necessarily due to the game cabinet itself, but I was catching a glare whenever I was kind of on the far side of the screen, so I couldn't really tell where I was in conjunction to everything else, or even if I was looking at the right turtle.
I feel like
I kind of
I feel
I
like
kind of
I'm
got
that.
lost in.
I get lost. I mean, anyway. Generally, I like when I play one of those games. No, sober, I get lost, and like when I'm drunk, I get. It's super easy for me to get lost, but I know what you're talking about. You just kind of get lost in it.
Hmm.
So I don't know.
And I can't remember if like the previous arcades had more buttons, but this one just had a jump and an attack button, and I'm sure there was probably uh combos that you needed to do to pull off special attacks. And if oh well, I'm also forgetting the whole turtle power button that you pressed where
There is an extra. Yeah, there's an extra super button.
yeah, but you can only use that once you get the meter up to power, or like once you fill the meter, and then you can use that as a special attack.
I feel
But
like it's only two buttons. Like there's jump and attack, and then you push them together and you have your combo attack.
yeah,
That's how the original was.
right. And then I was kind of running into trouble with that too, I believe, because I think I noticed that when I was doing some of those combo attacks, it was also draining my life meter as well,
Well,
which
yes, that's
I
how it's
believe
always
that
been.
was
That's original.
right. But I mean, it. I kind of feel like there was more buttons to press, so you didn't have to rely on the special attack, so that you could actually pull off more
Hmm.
non-special
I
attacks.
don't think
But
so.
maybe I'm just dreaming.
I think that's the original is not that. But like
Okay.
the very new Ninja Turtles, there is a lot more attacks you can do, dependent on the direction of
Right.
the joystick. So like when you're doing back and attack, forward attack, they're different attacks. But I think the original is
Okay.
not. The original is very basic in my recollection.
Maybe you may be right. Just- Maybe I don't know.
That's the evolution of
Um,
that game, I think.
perhaps, but
But the turtle power button's
maybe I
new.
just yeah, that's kind of nice. I'm not sure if it did much to the bosses more than it did to just kind of clear the screen of a bunch of enemies. A couple
When
of the low level enemies, I mean.
when we were at the retro game store, was there anything you thought about buying actually?
Um, Not so much. It was more just kind of like look and see, but there was also just like look and see if maybe they even had like I was looking to see if they had a particular Genesis game that I don't think was even released in North America, but I was just kind of curious if maybe they had it, but they didn't. But
What game? What game?
it was the Wily War. It was the Mega Man, the Wily Wars.
Okay.
It
I've
was
never heard of
basically
it.
just. It was basically just a. You had it was. I don't know if it was a collection, but it was basically Mega Man 1, 2, and 3 from the NES, but Genesis graphics. But I'm always been kind of curious about that game because I can't seem to get a handle on if it was just how Super Mario All Stars had Super Mario Brothers, Lost Levels, and then 2 and 3, just kind of as separate games within a single cartridge. I didn't know if that was kind of the same deal or if you basically combined all three games and created one. So, was I going to be able to take powers from the Robot Masters that I killed from Mega Man 1 and use them on Mega Man 2? Which that kept piqued my curiosity, even way back in the day when I first heard about it, and probably EGM or something, whatever I came across the rumor that was even talking about that game.
Did the store even have that game or no?
No, they didn't.
They didn't have it. I mean, the store has that store. Whatever, I forget what it's called now, but it's somewhere in Beaverton. It's a massive retro.
It's on Farmington, right next to a Plaid Pantry.
They got a lot of shit in there. I mean, they got a lot of stuff, but in my opinion, incredibly overpriced. Incredibly. But that's just my opinion. Maybe you are interested in buying overpriced video games. That should be your first destination.
Or maybe it's just I forgot to look to see if they had a sticker or something that I could put on my desk.
Oh, they had a lot of stickers.
Damn it.
They had a million fucking stickers. You know what's funny? Dave was even talking about Robin needing stickers. I was like, oh, I remember there were stickers, and I was like, oh, you should get some stickers. And then I didn't even say anything because I was so just oppressed by the amount of money shit cost. You know what? Okay, here's the problem I have with game store, that store. Here's the thing I have problem with game stores. When you sell a game that's free to play for $6, $4 to $6, it's that is awful. I get paying. What was it? They had DC Universe online. DC Universe is a free to play game. You can download it to your console. Free. Doesn't cost you anything. So having a disc is totally pointless. Now, if you want the disc to collect it, that's fine. But it should only be $1, maybe $2. But charging $6 for it is grossly awful in my opinion because there's nothing you can do with that. You can literally download it. So no one's going to buy that disc. Who would buy that disc? No one's going to buy it to play it for free. So game stores that and there's other games too. I saw multiple and I'm having a brain fart on what those games are, but Defiance is one of those. There's all these kind of free to play games that had disc versions, but you don't. I mean, I don't even think you can play Defiance anymore. You could buy the disc. So if someone went to the store, some kids oh, let's play. Oh, this Defiance, that's cool. And they spend $6 on this disc, and it's you get home, and it's you can't play this game because it's an online free-to-play game that isn't supported anymore. I feel that's grossly awful for a store to sell that game. I feel that's inappropriate for them to sell that game. You know, I mean, DC Universe is still available online, but I mean, you're not getting anything for $6. You can literally turn on your console, download it for free. Why do you need, unless you're just a fucking crazy ass collector? I don't know. I feel that's fucking awful. So I look at some of that shit and I'm why is this for sale? Put it at $1. Call it good. I get it. Someone wants the case and the disc just for shits and giggles. But no one can play this. I don't know. That shit kind of bothers me. And there was a lot of that in that store. I mean, that store was... I don't know. I was in there a couple years ago, Dave. We went in there, and I bought a game. I think I bought Project Gotham Racing for the Xbox 360, and I got it for like $4 or $5. And I was like, oh, that's cool. I don't have any 360 games. This is a pretty cheap 360 game. Totally fine. But man, everything in there is like double the price. It's fucking just... I don't know. I was just like... I was having some issues. I was talking some shit. It was pretty funny. Yeah. But you know what's also funny is like there was a family in there buying like a game and a console and some games, and it's like they don't know.
The family that was buying Guitar Hero?
Yeah. They don't know any better. They don't know any better. They have no idea. They're just doing it for some fun, and that's cool. That's fine. But like, I mean, honestly, at the end of the day, they got so ripped off.
Yeah, I saw the guitars they were buying. They weren't even like... They looked like an off-brand guitar that I bought for Guitar Hero 3 for the Wii that I don't even like playing on.
I mean, there's so much of those out there in the world that like no store would take them, and you should be able to get them for free off Craigslist or something. Like that's like the name brand ones. That's not even the off-market brand versions. Like, it's just there's so much of that junk out there. I don't know. I just feel bad for that kind of shit. But I get it. They're a company. They need to stay afloat. A business, I mean. They're not a company. They're a business. But I don't know. Sometimes you want to be a good person, not a shitty person, right?
Yeah.
That's why
business honorably.
I don't know. Like Ryan and I were like looking at it, like we were looking, it's like, oh, Outriders for $30. It's like, dude, that game is like you get that for like $10 on Amazon, and so there's a guy stalking it next to me, and he's kind of like scoffing at my comments because they can get it so much cheaper, and I'm like, you can get this probably for like $10-15 new on Amazon, and you want it for $30 used, and Ryan goes like, yeah, but aren't you always saying to like support local? Yeah, support local, but like don't get ripped off. Like that's fucking ridiculous. And then he's like, but you're always saying support. Well, fine, buy it. And he goes like, no. And then I turn to the guy who's stalking and I go, I tried. And he laughs. I tried. It's just like, your store is so overpriced, dude. Like, you guys didn't used to be like this either. I get it's a hard time. It's probably really hard right now for stores like this. I get it. It's probably really hard right now. With shit, inflation, you know. It must suck to have guys that, like, have, like, some kind of knowledge of what stuff is worth to come into a store like that and be like, what? No. But, whatever. They're not selling to me. They're selling to that family that bought Guitar Hero for however much they wasted money on. That's who they're selling to. Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't see how much they paid for anything, but whatever. They got 2 guitars and Guitar Hero 3, I think, for the PS3.
I can't imagine how much that costed them, because that shouldn't cost them anything, man. That shouldn't cost anybody anything. But whatever. Anyway, we played, like we talked about Ninja Turtles. We also played, I don't know, did you play some pinball? I played Mario Kart. I played Mario Kart with Jared. That was not fun.
I ended up playing, you were there. We played Mortal Kombat 2.
Oh my god.
For a hot minute.
I have not played Mortal Kombat 2 in a fucking, I don't know the last time I played Mortal Kombat 2, but
I don't think I've ever really
beat
played that game,
but I lost to Ryan. But Ryan cheats, so he just sweeps the leg the entire time.
Mm-hmm. That's what happens when you go to Cobra Kai.
You know what's funny about that though? Like Mortal Kombat 2 or those, I thought I used to think those games were way more complicated than they were. It's not as complicated as it is. Like now, Mortal Kombat is way more complicated. I feel like back then it seemed complicated, but it's pretty basic. At least, I don't know. That's how it felt. I don't know. I also can't
I
remember
don't
the
know,
last.
man.
Huh?
Said, yeah, I don't know, man.
I can't remember the last time I played Mortal Kombat 2, so I don't know.
Same.
Well, have you played any games recently? I mean, I know you went off and you did you went to Bend for a while, but have you played
Mhm.
anything?
Yeah, when we got back, um, Brandy and I were playing Mario Kart, either against each other or just kind of taking turns. So just to backtrack a little bit, Mario Kart for the Switch, I think Mario Kart 8, they've been releasing new uh, track packs.
Yeah, track packs.
Yeah, so I ended up buying it for her for her birthday earlier this year, and there's still more to come, but some of them are out. So I guess she got into some of them. I don't know when, but we started
Is
playing
that
some of
something you guys
those.
have always played together and just have like this fondness for?
Yeah, for the most part. I mean, I've always been kind of a Mario Kart fan, and he. I don't know so much about her up until she got the Switch, but the whole reason that she wanted the Switch was for Mario Kart because coworkers were telling her about it, and she watched videos and like, oh, I'm just gonna play it.
Are the new tracks cool? I don't know. I mean, I just know the original tracks. Are the new?
Um, so a lot of the tracks are actually just reworkings of older tracks from previous games, like from the Wii, DS, Super Nintendo, and 64. But they do sprinkle in some actual new tracks, um, and it'll tell you where the tracks came from. So there's that. So it's some of it's fun, like racing around on some tracks that, like, a lot of them I don't really have a memory for, but like when I hit a Wii track, it's a little bit more fresh since that game was, I guess it was 15 years ago, but
Hmm.
still, some of it's still somewhat fresh in memory.
Right.
So,
Is it only new tracks, or is there other stuff like cars or skins or anything, or is it only tracks?
um, I'm not positive about that. I'm under the impression it's mostly tracks. Um, it seems like they have a, like, I haven't really unlocked a whole lot, but um, seems like they've got a decent amount of like skins, tires, and whatever you use to float, be it like balloons or clouds or whatever. And they all actually have stats. So, well, I mean, they've always had stuff like that. At least like when you choose a character back in the day, um, each character had their own different set of stats. But now it seems like it's more vehicle based versus the actual character and like what you equip it with, which is super simplistic. But
What does she always choose for racing, and what do you always choose for? What are your characters?
she always likes to choose Toadette, and she unlocked Mercedes Benz, so she'll usually roll with that. I haven't really paid attention to the tires, but I think she'll pair that with some sort of tires, and I think some like cloud balloons for whenever the game like shoots you off to make you glide. But as far as myself, I used to be a big Toad guy, but now I just pick the me, the
Oh.
me of myself. So I'm
Zip fucker.
inserting
I
myself.
don't care. I just want to
And,
be a part. I want to ride or die, motherfucker.
and take on all you punks, all you little bitches.
You been playing anything else, or is that it?
That's pretty much been it.
I haven't been playing a lot of video games. I've been trying to kind of exercise and write, but there's one game I've sunk some time into. For some reason, I got back into Conan Exiles, so I've been sinking some time. I found some new kind of animation mods, and I've been just I don't know. I find that game enjoyable. I find it fun, and I've been playing that game. It's I have it on Steam, and uh, I just play it on my computer. I don't know what it is about it. You know what? I've been really focused this summer on doing other things, but when I don't feel like doing anything, I log into that game and just like waste a lot of time. So if I'm not exercising, writing, or trying to like work around the house and be productive,
You have your time killer.
yeah, that's become my time killer. It's fucking weird. It's like, and I thought I was done with that game, but I still enjoy fucking around with mods, and B, I keep designing my fortress. So my fortress just keeps getting bigger and bigger and weirder. So I just keep trying to build this weird fortress that I'm building, and there's something fun about that. So it's like I'm always trying to be creative, and like so even if I'm wasting time in this game, I'm still being creative. I think that's what I get out of it, and so I'm playing I don't know. I've probably sunk like 10, 15 hours in that game the last couple weeks, just like here and there. I just been like, which is crazy. Like I was done with this. I beat this game. I was done with this game months ago, but I don't know. I enjoy
Actually,
it.
just reminded me of something else I kind of played for like a few minutes.
Fallout.
Fall Guys.
Oh, Fall Guy. You actually, whoa, on the PlayStation 4,
Yeah,
5.
PS4. Yeah. Or
Did you play with anybody else?
no, just played online.
Do you enjoy that game?
It seemed like a fun little time waster. Like if you want to sit down and just kind of play something that seems just kind of fun and not overly challenging, but it'll have its moments. But
Did you
you
did
just
you do well? Did you compete? Did you get to the end at all, or
no.
no?
So maybe it's not that easy, but I mean, I just had fun, just like playing, just running around and trying to get through each course. Um,
I think a lot
I
of
don't know.
times
It just
that game is kind of depend. Like there's you do a lot of the stuff yourself, and I feel like when you're forced to do the team based stuff, that's where it kind of make or break you. Like you either have a team that's focused on doing it, or you have a team that just like is fuck all awful, and then you're just kind of fucked.
I didn't manage to find myself in any team based stuff. It
Oh
was
well, they
always-
have these team based events. Oh, that's interesting. Okay, interesting.
like I said, I probably played for like probably a combined 15 minutes, but it was
Oh.
just kind of nice. I mean, you know, tried a couple of things,
No,
but
yeah. Sometimes the playlists are very random, and like you get stuck in certain matches. But there are some team based events that like you get stuck in, and it's like, oh my god, if our team sucks, then you're just fucked. But you'd have to keep playing it to get in some of those. I played it a lot at launch just because it was the hot thing, but
yeah,
I got tired of it.
I
It is
can
a
see
funny.
that.
Mm.
It looks like it just feels like a nice little time waster game when it's like something you don't really want to like focus a bunch of energy on. It's just like you want to play something just for the sake of playing.
It's also a laugh. If you're just looking to play something for a laugh, that game is
Yeah.
really good at that because everyone's trying to like pull you and push you out of the way, and
Yeah,
it's just kind of funny, and you can win off the randomest shit, or you can lose off the randomest shit.
Mhm.
Yeah, no, cool.
Oh, and then think I also played some Rocket League too.
Oh, good old Rocket League.
Hmm. Played a couple of matches.
We
That's
should
about it.
really do. We should really plan that tournament. I'd have to start practicing again.
Hmm.
I haven't played that. I tried to play it at your place, but I don't know. You just didn't want me to play or something.
No, I've not. Oh, I think it was hardware issues. That's what it was. Hardware.
Hardware? I think it was like liquid issues. I think I just had too much
Maybe
liquid and I passed out.
liquidware. Yeah.
Yeah, liquidware. I think I tried to play. I just didn't have the fortitude to play.
Just didn't have it in you.
Just no. I love Rocket League, man. It's probably one of the greatest games of all time. Really, if you kind of like break, it's such a solid foundation of a game.
Hmm.
Yeah. Is that one of your go-tos like nowadays? Like,
I mean, it's been a long time since I played, but um,
is like
it used to be.
you will go to Fallout no matter what. You wouldn't like what would like when you're thinking about video games, like and Fallout is like, do I go to Fallout or do I play some Rocket League? Like what is the dialogue
It,
there?
it generally depends on the mood. Because I mean, I've left Fallout untouched for months at a time, and just kind of ventured off into like either. I mean, again, and then just kind of goes to what I'm in the mood for because it. If I'm trying to play like a game and cover new ground, I always feel like I need to be at like kind of like a mental minimum, like kind of like a mental energy, like something that I'm ready to like just focus all my energy on. And then there's times where it's just I want to play, but it's just I don't want to expend a bunch of energy, so I'll go to like um, a Rocket League or in this case like Fall Guys or even Mario Kart, just something that it doesn't take a lot of I'm not sure if I can really describe it, but maybe some people will understand what I'm talking about. Where
But isn't
it
that the
just it
same thing
doesn't.
as Fallout? Like Fallout doesn't really require a lot of you at this point, right?
Not really, but then that's just me just treading over old ground, basically doing chores. And sometimes it's just like I've like jumped into Fallout for like a couple minutes and like, man, I don't want to do this bullshit, and I'll just sign out,
Right, right.
just be done with it, just go on to something else.
That's the cool thing about mods, because like I don't want to do the same bullshit, but I put a mod in, then I like, oh, this makes the bullshit slightly interesting for me again, and so
Well,
like,
I guess I should kind of qualify that statement. It's like just based on what I do in my little Fallout world, it's I don't want to go in and do like all the chores that I normally do when I'm
right.
in there, like fast traveling, just basically farming stuff. And it's just like, I'm not in the mood for that.
So I have Fallout or not Fallout. I have Final Fantasy VII Remake on my PlayStation right now, and I've decided not to renew my PS Plus Extra account. So I have that till the 12th. So like I keep telling myself, well, we'll play this.
Else?
Well, and we're gonna play through this, and we'll play through it, right? But then I
Yeah.
don't play it, and I play Conan Exiles, a game that I'm not really doing anything. I'm just kind of farming and building, whatever. And it's like it's weird that I'd rather just sit around in this game and do mundane shit rather than play this brand new game. I find that, and in a few days, that game is gonna lock me out because I won't have the subscription anymore because I've decided not to renew the subscription. Uh, it's kind of funny. Like I'd rather. What is that about that kind of shit? You'd rather it's like you haven't finished God of War, but you'd
Hmm.
rather play these other games that they're rote, same shit. You know what I mean? These are these
Hmm.
games like I've played. Like I'd rather just spend my time and waste my time doing this shit I've done a million times over and over again. than play
Yeah,
a brand new game
I
and
think,
see the end of a brand new game. I'd rather just stay in this like pond instead of go out into the ocean. It's so weird.
well, like for me, it's just sometimes it's just mentally easier
Oh, 100%.
because it's just a lot of times maybe it's just my state of mind where it's just I'm probably tired. I mean, I want a game, but it's like I don't want like too anything overly intense. It's just I want a game and just kind of relax and
Right.
kind of not have to do a whole lot of mentally taxing stuff. Um,
I feel like, you know what, also? I feel like it's what a lot of games miss. Like, there's a part of that in, like, I don't even know how to explain it, but, like, maybe you get this, but, like, a game that games that come out and that you can just hang in and do enjoy stupid mundane shit. Like, I don't know if
yeah,
developers
like
are, like, really thinking about that. I don't really want to like dive deep into your mechanics and build massive bases and be like, but I want to do. There's something about some of this simple mundane stuff I enjoy doing, and that's what keeps me in your game. I don't know, you know what I mean?
yeah, just sometimes I just want something simple and easy, or something simple and fun that just doesn't isn't overly
No
complicated.
risk. There's not a lot of risk to it,
Hmm.
but you get some reward.
Hmm.
But at the same time, it's not like, if I bailed on it, it's not a massive time loss or commitment.
Yeah,
It's such a weird thing, and you'd rather do that than play this game that you've never played before. Like, what a weird thing that is, right? I don't know. Like, I don't know. To me, I'm like every day. I'm like I every time I
it,
waste like a couple hours on Conan Exiles, I'm like, that's 2 hours I could have put in Final Fantasy Remake and progressed the story. But I've literally done absolutely nothing in Conan Exiles except build a little tower and nothing.
and maybe that's just adult gaming for
Maybe,
us.
maybe.
I mean, even me, there were games like that. Like when I got my PS3, Metal Gear Solid 4, like I'd never played any of the Metal Gear Solid games, but I just gave that a try and I was kind of blown away. And I I had that game beat like within a month, which isn't like the fastest, but I mean for me that's pretty quick, especially when you see how long it took me to beat Red Dead Redemption 2 and me plodding along with God of War Ragnarok.
Maybe that's
Um,
it. Maybe I don't think Final Fantasy VII Remake is that great of a game. Maybe I just it hasn't. I've spent like
oh,
five
I
six
wasn't
hours.
even.
No, but like maybe
I
that's
wasn't.
it. Maybe that's part of it. Like you those game like Metal Gear 4. It grabbed you, so it made you want to complete it. Maybe I just maybe when the game grabs you, then you want to complete it, and maybe that game just I'm not interested in it. Maybe that's what it's saying. Like God of War isn't grabbing you. That's why you go back to these other games because it's just not that interesting. Which is fine, but maybe that's what it is. It's just ultimately not that interesting. Which I wouldn't blame you. I don't think it's. I don't know.
The MLB. I don't know. I mean, it was enough of a different change of pace for me that I was like, I'm into the game. It's just, it's, I feel a whole lot more tired these days than I used to, probably back then, even. I
Yeah, but
don't
even
know.
if I'm
It's like,
tired, like if a game grabs me, I will fucking play through it.
I don't know. I don't know if I feel that way as much
Mm.
these days.
Mm.
But then again, it's hard to say if a game it really is grabbing me like on a level like that or Fallout. So I mean, it's kind of hard to say.
Yeah, but when you
But
when you got Fallout, let's say Fallout 4, how
yeah.
long did it take you to beat it the first time, or did you ever
Oh,
beat it? You
I've never
still?
beat it.
Oh, you've never beat it. You just
No.
wasted a
Oh,
shit ton of time in it, but you've never beat it.
yeah.
Oh,
Just
interesting.
I mean, I and that's probably the thing is like when I started playing it, I didn't have like a huge intention of actually playing it and beating it, just because I don't think I was ever overly choked up over kind of like the story or the setting. I mean, it's fine. I like it. I like it a lot. But I mean,
What about
I'm
Fallout
in
3?
no
Did you beat that right away, and did you beat it multiple times? Have you beat I mean, you beat Fallout 3 multiple times, right?
yeah. Um, that was kind of different because I hadn't ever really played a game like. Well, that's not entirely true because I played Borderlands before that. But it yeah, that one was just kind of more of a surprise. Like it just, I started playing it and just kind of grabbed me, and like 6 hours later, I'm just like, oh shit, I'm still playing this game. But it was also kind of a different point in my life where I had 6 hours to waste. Where now I don't really have that. If that makes any sense, it's like I don't really have any time to play during the week after work, like I probably did back in the day. Um, and even like doing stuff on the weekends, it's
But
there's
do you
kind of
think
like
you
a,
but do you think you probably have more time than you think you do? You just would rather not,
um
but then you do. You rather not, but then you do end up spending
I maybe, but and
because we're
that
older
might
now.
just come.
We have this conscious that we need to do some things around the house, or we need to do this or that. But like, I don't know.
Yeah, and there's probably that, and then there's also probably the whole time management aspect of it too, which, I mean, granted, I'm probably not wasting time sitting there playing video games, but I might be dawdling around, like might
Right.
just be laying in bed, like playing around on my phone, and when I should get up, because part of the thing is like it's I don't want to sit down and play video games when I have like these chores looking over my head. I just kind of want to get those done and be done with it,
Right.
and then have my free time to do stuff. But then we kind of circle back to stuff where if those chores kind of take a little bit too much out of me, then it's just like it's just
Right.
I don't really want to like sit here and do a lot of work now. I just want to play like a
But then you
simple
feel
game that
slightly guilty, so you will play something
yeah,
that isn't in depth, but you'll play something
yeah,
that's kind of
yeah.
meandering.
hmm
Yeah.
it's a funny cycle.
Right? It's weird. I don't know. I feel like that's old age gaming.
Yeah, yeah. That's kind of, I guess that was kind of a scenic way to get to what I was trying to say earlier.
Right.
Is that gaming for me is a lot different now than it was back when I was playing Metal Gear Solid 4 or Fallout 3, New Vegas, or even Grand Theft Auto 4. I think that one.
Like
No, that one.
we keep ourselves from playing those games because we feel like we have to do other things, but like we could really just play those games because we're adults, but
Mm,
we don't.
but
Yeah.
at some point,
But there's
you
something
also
about
feel like you
like
need to
yeah, you feel
do
like
some
you need
adulting
yeah.
first.
Right. 100%. That's oh well. Well, I mean, if you ever have kids, then it'll just get worse, Nick DeWin.
Yeah, yeah.
You'll be like the rest of our friends.
hmm
Oh, anyway, well, that's cool. I mean, we've been on, an hour, dude. Look, we did an hour.
Yeah,
Anyway, let's do
yeah.
some,
So now on some BS.
some good BS. Nothing like a friend to BS with. Let's do some couch
hmm
co-optionals. Do you have a couple, one or two things you want to recommend that you've, I don't know.
We didn't get to check it out, but throw a shout out to the Beaverton Farmers Market
Okay.
since it was there keeping us from parking in the good spots.
I've never been to the Beaverton. I've been to the
And
Vancouver one. It's pretty cool. It's huge.
um,
The Vancouver one's massive.
I've I've never actually like stopped off and ventured in, but I mean I've always kind of like driven around it, like when I've had weekend jobs that have deliveries over there. Seems like a pretty big deal.
Cool.
Um,
Does Canby have a decent sized one or no?
there's this really small,
Small.
but um, and it's only on a and it's actually only on a Saturday.
Hmm.
It's like Saturday morning basically until noon. Um, but there can be some good finds in there. Like there's a person that makes salsa that is down there, so I usually like to get a couple of containers of that because it's actually pretty good salsa. It's made the way that I like it.
Cool.
Um,
I like salsa.
mhm. Brandy, she'll either get like flowers or something. There'll be something there for her, or maybe just like a bakery spot that has some breakfast bakery stuff to eat.
Cool. Anything
So
else?
it's
Anything
weird.
else?
It's weird
Oh.
that I'm sitting here plugging the Beaverton Farmers Market and I'm talking about Campies, but
Well,
well, you know,
I've
just
never
watches.
been to the Beaverton one, so I don't know what the Beaverton one looks like.
Yeah,
Have you ever been to the Beaverton one?
no, just driven
No,
by it.
just
But
driven by it.
I just figured since we were there, but
Spent the day at
whatever. You know, what, let's
Beaverton.
just yeah, or just
Beaverton.
you know what, just farmers markets in general. Just go check
Yeah,
them
just
out.
do it.
Maybe
Anything
cool
else you
finds
want?
there.
Anything else? Something different? It's just the two of us tonight, so we can do a couple.
Yeah.
We can do a couple things.
Um, gosh, no, I haven't really done much of anything.
Watched,
other
listened, eaten,
Uh,
drank.
no, well, I mean, other throw a shout out to the breweries we were at today, like Ex Novo and
Binary.
Binary. Uptown Market was kind of cool. Decent bottle selection. Hopefully, Jared's enjoying his collection of sours that I got there for him.
Cool.
Really wish I would have checked out that food truck, but wasn't hungry. Um,
Well, the pizza at Ex Novo was good. Did your girl
Yeah.
Did your girl
Oh, yeah.
enjoy that?
yeah, I think she did, but I mean, she's more of a thin crust person too.
Just a picky
But
pizza person.
mm, but whatever. It's
Whatever.
It's not like I surprised her with it. I took a picture of it before she asked, so
Does that mean you get to eat the rest of it?
no, it's her problem, not mine.
Oh, I mean, you don't want to eat some of it, is what I'm saying. Like, you don't get to
Mm.
like enjoy her spoils. Like, she didn't, Anyway.
I mean, I will sometimes, but I mean, I had mine, and that was enough. I mean,
Oh
sit
my
here
god, I
craving
would eat that
anymore.
crust all day long, dude.
Yeah.
Well, I'm going to recommend. I talked about it earlier today when we were like hanging out, but like The Bear, dude, season 2's out on Hulu. Great fucking show. Everyone should watch it. The whole season they drop the whole season, so it's not like you don't have to wait for episodes. Like the whole season drops, so you can just binge the entire thing. So, super awesome show. I'm gonna plug that. I love that show. And then something else I've been watching on Netflix. So the producers and creators of the F1 Drive to Survive, they started doing a show, like a similar show with the PGA Tour called Full Swing, and I find that very interesting and very entertaining. Because I used to follow golf. I stopped following golf, so this is a way to like kind of follow golf in a weird way, and I find that very entertaining. So I like these kind of documentary series. Again, I will say another documentary series I really enjoyed. The Arnold Schwarzenegger one on Netflix is super cool. It's like a 3-part documentary. Also really good. I didn't realize, like, I knew that Arnold Schwarzenegger was, Mr. Universe or whatever. Like, oh, hey, he's a muscle-bound guy. I didn't realize how long he dominated that sport, though. Like, he was dominant and just, like, got tired of it and stopped doing it. He didn't get beaten. He just got tired of doing it and left. That was fascinating. And so, that documentary is also cool. Anyway, I've been watching a lot of that shit, so a lot of
That'd be
shows.
fun. I'm interested in that.
And then, it's really cool because they break it up into 3 parts. So it's like a 3-part documentary. So the first part's the athlete, second part's the actor, and then the third part's the American, because becomes the governor of California. So it's like athlete, actor, American. It's kind of a cool concept.
California.
And the dude's really smart, man. I know we always kind of give Schwarzenegger kind of shit for like being you think of him as kind of this dumb guy, but that dude is really smart. Anyway, I was impressed.
Pretty sure he has a fairly high IQ too.
Yeah. Oh no, yeah. He was a millionaire before he became an actor. He got into
Oh.
real estate and was working in real estate, and that's why he was so picky about making sure he didn't. After the flop that was the Hercules movie, he wanted to make sure he was like somehow a type of lead in a film. He didn't want to be a character actor. He wanted to make sure he was like the lead. So like, and he could wait on roles because he was making so much money in real estate. It's just like, well, that's cool. Anyway, very fascinating, very interesting. So, anyway, cool. Well, that's an episode, Nick. Thanks for coming on. Everyone else kind of bailed. I mean, we weren't really going to record tonight, so when I kind of put the message out there, say, hey, I'm going to do this, I'm glad you kind of responded. So I didn't have to do this alone because it would have been me just like dry mouth, talking, choking. But cool. Yeah. We are the Couch Co-op. Couch Co-op? Couch something? We do shows? What's the thing? I want to thank you all for listening and remind you to leave feedback on. We have a Gmail, the Couch Co-op Show at gmail.com. You can write emails to us, leave us messages. Say, hey, how's it going? Tell Nick what beers Nick should be drinking on Lord Beerstro. Like maybe request a beer. Maybe he'll pick that beer, and then like we could do like, Lord Beerstro versus listener episodes. That'd be kind of fun, right? Probably never happened, but it'd be fun. Anyway, I want to thank Nick for joining me here on the couch for Couch Co-op. I'm Ian. Reminding you to please be excellent to each other. Wild style.